I know it's sleepy time, but can you girls say hi? Hi friends! Welcome to the Lori Lulu Crochet Podcast. They're captivated by the TV right now. So, let me introduce them. This one here, this is Priscilla. Can you say hi? No. And then this one over here is Lydia. And I will explain the story of how we got these girls in the episode. Hi friends, welcome to the Lori Lulu Crochet Podcast, episode 165. My name is Lori. I live in the Chicago suburbs with my husband Ryan and our two cats, Lydia and Priscilla. I thought I could just let them kind of come up whenever, but Priscilla will be such a distraction. So, they're downstairs. They will be fine for however long this takes me. Anyway, back to what I usually say. I love to crochet, I love to knit, and you can find all that yarny goodness in the social media, which is linked down below, and there they go. They're meowing now. All fancy yarns I talk about, all patterns I talk about, they will be linked down below as well. And so, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Let me go check on them real quick. I had to get my drink as well. So, welcome. I'm glad you're here. We shall see how this goes. Things that have happened since I last spoke with you. Lots has happened. So right after I spoke with you guys last, I ended up having to go to St. Louis for a conference for work. And I had to go by myself, which I was very upset about. Bit miffed at the rest of my team that didn't want to go. So, while I was, when I first got there, I was like, Lord, can you send me somebody that I can hang out with while I'm there? He did not mess around, let me tell you. So, I keep hearing them. Oh my goodness, this is going to be such a distracting episode. Anyway, so the first morning I went downstairs to go register, and they hadn't opened registration yet. They were still having their team meeting, so it was a little too early. And shortly after I got there, I was kind of debating, do I leave? Do I stay? And then this lady gets off the elevator, and she's like, oh, registration's not open yet. I was like, no. So we decided, okay, let's go get Starbucks. So we were chatting on the way down, and then I mentioned that I was the only one from my team, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, you can hang out with my colleagues and that's fine. And so I will say every time I had to mention where I work, Elam Christian Services, and what we do, we are a school for children with disabilities, and then we have a day program for adults with disabilities. Every time I said that, they'd be, oh, that is so awesome. And that's like, thank you. But anyway, back to Jessica, who was the lady that I met. After we got Starbucks, we went up, we got registered. We went to breakfast, because they offered us breakfast and lunch. And then, so at breakfast we were chatting more about our families and stuff like that. She lives in the town that my aunt and cousin live in. And didn't really think anything about that. And then I mentioned that my husband is a pastor. And she was like, oh, what denomination? And I said, we are part of the Church of the Nazarene. And she was like, I am too. And I was like, oh, okay. So then I'm immediately thinking, okay, what church do my aunt and cousin go to? Trying to remember the name of it. I don't think they've even told me the name of it, honestly. That's fine. But then she's like, oh, my former pastor used to pastor at the college church that's near the university that's by, the Nazarene University that's by Chicago. I was like, oh, you mean Olivet? And she's like, yes. I was like, are you talking about Kendall? And she's like, yes. And I said, I never went to church with Kendall, but he was the pastor that did my grandpa's funeral. I said, so I've known him through that. And she was like, oh, okay. And so she's immediately texting Kendall, who then texts back, that's Kathy Joe's niece and Tiffany's cousin. And she's like, wait, you're related to Kathy and Tiffany? I was like, yes. And she's like, oh my goodness. And so she's like, they go to my church. And I just love your aunt. She's amazing. And I was like, I know she is. So then she hasn't grown up Nazarene, so she's not used to this. Whereas I am. Like, you find people, the Nazarene circles are big. You find people that know people. And it wasn't a surprise to me. So anyway, we did, so this conference was for Bloomerang. We use them mostly for our online giving stuff. So if you donate through our website, that's what we use it for. They do have like a customer service database thing, CRM. I don't even know what that stands for. I've never looked customer something. Which we use a different company for that. But they were highlighting their new products, new fangled stuff that they do. And so I was like, this might help me in my job. Because mostly this conference was for the database people. Which I'm like, yay. There was a few like marketing, fundraising breakout sessions, which is mostly what Jessica went to. I went to all the database ones. So yeah, it was, so we're gonna get a demo of their CRM to see how that goes. But I was pretty impressed with it. And when I came back, I was telling my boss or my director about it. Just like, hey, can we maybe just check it out, see what it's like? The one that we have, I never feel confident when I'm running reports. And sometimes they want me to report on things that this one won't produce, you know? So it's just, yeah. And then talking with the sales rep that we had, I'm like, yeah, maybe. But they were introducing some of their new, it's an AI thing, honestly, is what it is. But it sounds really cool. So they were rolling that out while we were there. And they were also announcing their partnership with a donor search company called D.O.R.C. Hello. We got a visitor. We'll see if she comes over. Anyway, so to kind of like sweeten the deal and get people all excited about this, they rented out City Museum in St. Louis, and we had a big party there. City Museum is like a big jungle gym for kids, but obviously it was all adults. The whole building was ours. There was like this cool treehouse thing. There was this cool like steampunk spiral staircase, spiral slide thing going on. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun just hanging out with Jessica. They had they had a circus room where they had tightrope walker and this girl that was swinging by her hair. Like, it was crazy. And then I came home and obviously gave a rundown of everything with my boss. And so we shall see how this goes. Lydia, what are you doing? Oh, she's investigating the air conditioner. Like she hasn't probably already done that. Where are you going? Yeah, okay. So anyway, the other big news is we got cats. So if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen them. Beware, there will be lots more pictures. So Ryan and I, those of you who are new, we had 2 cats, Dixie and Daisy. And they passed away. Dixie passed away 4 years ago, Daisy 2 years ago. And so they were both diabetic, so our lives were revolved around giving them insulin shots. And so when they passed away, we were just like, you know what, let's just be this way. Let's just be the 2 of us for a while. Let's do our thing. And, oh yeah, Priscilla now up here too. Ooh, and her tail is fluffy. What are you doing? Oh, are you 2 going to start going at it? Oh boy. They are a bonded pair, so they do get along. But they do have their fights, like most siblings do. Oh, here we go. Oh, you can't even see them. So there's Lydia. And now Priscilla's over there. So we went to the local animal shelter. I feel like now I'm crooked again. Let's get you fixed. And we met a couple of bonded pairs. Ryan wanted girls. Definitely he wanted girls, and he wanted a bonded pair. And I was like, can we just do one maybe? And he was like, no, we need 2. Whoa! The knife scratching post almost fell on her. This is going to be a long episode if I keep getting distracted. And I'm going to keep saying that too, right? So, when we went into the special room that they were in, there was a boy bonded pair, Ted and Tommy. Was there another pair in there? I think it was just them. But their names at the shelter, I don't like them. I really don't even want to tell you what they are. So the lady that we talked to when we were going in for our appointment for the adoption, they were named after her. And just her attitude about it, I was like, yeah, they're not going to be named that for very long. So then on the way home, we hadn't gotten them yet, but on the way, like our first visit with them, and we're like, yeah, we think we're going to go with them. On the way home, we were discussing names, and we had talked about Disney names, and I was like, well, sisters, we need to do Lilo and Nani from Lilo and Stitch. I did not want to do Anna and Elsa because too popular. But Ryan could never remember Nani. Something that's just not sticking in his brain. He is really bad with names anyway. Are you going to chew on my basket again? No, we're not going to do that. It's the mama's basket. No. So then... No, we're not going to do that either. Okay. Well, yeah, go over there. Good job. Lay down. Relax. Yes. So then he immediately, we need to find names that he would be able to use. Like, remember, because he's really bad with names. So then he was like, what about biblical names? Being a pastor, why not? And then I immediately was like, Lydia and Priscilla. And he was like, oh, he had just used Lydia in one of his sermons, so I'd just spoken about her, so I was like, she's fresh in my mind. She's a dealer of purple, so of course I'm like, yes. And then Priscilla, she was a missionary as well, which is, if you know me, you know the missions is big in my heart. So, but when, in my mind, I had it switched, like, Priscilla was going to be the other cat, and Lydia was going to be. So when we got home with them, we got them out of the taxi. Priscilla was running around upstairs. Lydia went down in the basement, so I followed her, thinking she was going to be Priscilla, but all of a sudden I hear Ryan talking with, and he's like, oh, Priscilla, because she was purring really loud at the time. And so that's what I was like, well, so he remembers, because he's so bad with names. I was like, well, we'll let him pick those names, and so that's what they are. And so then last night I took Ryan to the airport. He is currently in San Diego, California, living the best life. So there's a Nazarene school there called Point Loma Nazarene University. The dorms are right on the beach. There's surf racks in the dorm rooms. And he's like, yeah, I just go down the hall and turn the corner and there I am. I'm like, okay. So, yeah, he's there for a conference. I just came back from a conference. So, we have tonight, tomorrow, and Thursday I go get him from the airport. So, it's just us girls. I feel like they've bonded more with me than him, because he's been busy and now he's gone. So we'll see how they are when he gets back. But yeah, it's been fun. I will say though, like, they do let me pet them. Like Dixie, I could get close and like maybe do a couple pets and then nope, we're done. Daisy was so laid back, but even then she was just like, yeah, I don't really want that. These two, like, at one point I had them like doing figure eights around me and I'm trying to do both hands at the same time petting them. It was crazy. And they follow me around. Like I was like, I'll try to keep them downstairs, but yeah, they follow me around. Lydia is my litter scooper supervisor. When I'm scooping the litter, she is right there. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you doing a good job? Priscilla never walks up and down the stairs. She runs. Or she will jump all the way down the stairs. She's something else. Priscilla is definitely acting more like an older sister. We don't even know their exact birth date. They said it's estimated in March. So on their sheet for adoption, it said March 5th. So we're going with that. I was like, oh, we can make it the Ides of March. And I was like, true. But yeah, Priscilla definitely acts like the older sister. Lydia's a little more cautious. So, but they're fun. They're a lot of fun. And so with that, I'm going to take a drink. So dork. Drink. I am drinking Waterloo Raspberry Nectarine. Of course, there's a glare. I'm trying to get my water in more than pop. Not always successful about that, but outfit. I am wearing a Granny Square Heart t-shirt from yarnmerch.com. I will link them down below. They have some really cute kitty yarn t-shirts, and I'm like, my birthday's coming up. You can give me one of those for my birthday. Reading. Oh my goodness. So last time I talked to you, I was talking about the Bunbury series. I didn't realize it was a series, honestly. It was one book, and it was going to be like 3 hours long. It was a 3-hour audiobook. Of course, I listened to it at 1.5, so it was a little faster than that. But it was a really good book. The next book, yeah, was another good one. There are 21 stories total. I think on Hoopla, I can get up to book 9, maybe even further than that. I'd have to recheck. So far, I have read Murder at the Mousetrap, which I was reading last time, A Murderous Ride, A Taste of Murder, and Death of a Ladies' Man, which I finished today. And I started the next one, which was Drop Dead Gorgeous. The author of this is Helena Marchmont. Very good. I also started reading Haunting License, which is I bought from Fangirl Fibers as a blind date book and yarn combination. I was reading it the other day. I just started reading it, and Priscilla came up and took a bite of my book, so I have nice little teeth marks in my book. Okay. What I did realize once I started reading, it's that's a tiny ledge for you to be on. Here we go. Ooh, look at you, pretty girl. Lydia. Is that fun? So, started reading it, realized it's the 4th book in a series, so I need to find the others. But I'm still going to read this one because, yeah, why not? And then, crafting. Let's talk about finished objects. I have 3. You got yourself. Oh, you see the reflections? Is that what you're seeing? Sunlight? I don't know. Yeah, just sit there calmly. Okay, finished objects. I have 3. First one I want to talk about was living in my Mary Poppins bag. Made by me. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. It's awesome. I did think about Mary Poppins names for these girls, but couldn't really think of anything. Like Mary and Jane. But the yarn that I'm using. The yarn that I used was oat knit yarn. So like Eau Couture, Eau Knit. In the colorway Spring Elf. This is on her Cocoa Fingering base, which is 100% superwash merino. Beautiful aqua and pink. The pattern that I used was the Fairy Maiden socks by This Handmade Life. And here are my socks. Aren't they so cute? Okay. They have been washed and blocked. Ends have not been woven in yet. I'll get you over here. So, this is where I was last time. This is what I did during district assembly. I had just gotten through the heel, was probably one pattern repeat. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I did 4.5. And then I just did a 2x2 rib to kind of go with the patterning there. Yeah, I love these. I will say I don't like doing cables. I'm not a fan, but these are cute. And so, therefore, there they are. My other finished objects are something that I've crocheted for the girls already. Yes, I have. I did put them on them once, but it was like the second day, so I was like, we'll give them a chance to get used to us before we do anything. So I made some little collars, some little bows. I just kind of freehanded it. This is like 3 stitches, back loop, single crochet, and then I'll put a link to the bow pattern that I used. It's just a little tiny bow because they're still little. They're a little over a year now. So, woo. Obviously Lydia, since she is the dealer of purple, she has the purple one. And I found this in my stash, this color in my stash. This is not really the color blue I wanted for Priscilla, but it'll do. So, and she's getting ready to attack again. Make some progress. I have 4. Yeah. There we go. We will start with crochet first. Actually, of my 4 makes in progress, 3 of them are sweaters. What am I doing to myself? Anyway, so in this Chicago yarn crawl from 2021, in this bag is the Sweet Pea Top by Rachel Meisner. The yarn that I'm using is, this is attached. It is Cascade Sarasota. Color is 255. So I'll put it on the screen. I think it's like sweet lilac or pale lilac. Pale lilac. That sounds right. This is 60% cotton, 40% acrylic. I have not done a whole lot on this one. I'll just say. So this is the back panel. Actually, maybe I have. So I was here last time you saw. So I've done a whole bunch. I feel like last time I did it, I did 2 rows and I was like, I'm done. I just wasn't in the mood. And I was crocheting around the girls. And they're curious, but they haven't really done a whole lot with the yarn. So, the front panel is still not finished. I'm waiting to see. I'm gonna see about like lengthening it, making it a little longer, because I just want it to be a little longer than what it is. But I'm loving this pattern. Real easy. 2-row repeat. Very nice. Okay, the next one, crochet, is my entry into the Slow and Steady Festive Mal. Yeah, so the Slow and Steady Festive Mal is a make-along being run by Allie from Little Drops of Wonderful and Suzanne of Green Lambkin Yarns. And it's to make a Christmas sweater, cardigan, jumper, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to make. I am making the Horizon cardigan by Mary Etheridge. You can find this on Hobie's website. It is a hexagon, a granny hexagon cardigan. The yarns that I'm using, I kind of balled up a little here. It is Big Twist yarns. Hold on, do I have the ball band? I do not. So the yarn is Big Twist yarns, which you can buy at Hirschner's now. I bought, it's their winter, Big Twist winter, I think is what it is. It's a big cake. It's all Christmas colors you can buy. I bought 4 different colors. I'm going to put them all into this cardigan. I took this with me to St. Louis, and this is how far I've gotten. Like, honestly, this is all in St. Louis. And on the flight there, flight home, my flight home was 38 minutes. My flight there was 45. Crazy. So here's the start of my hexagon, however you want to say it. And I've just kind of tied the knots here, did the magic knot. So we'll see about weaving it in. I don't know. So I took each cake. So right now I'm using 2 cakes. I don't even have the colors. I'll put them on the screen. They are, so I took and separated them by color repeats. So I have 1 full color repeat of the first yarn, another color repeat of the second yarn, and then I've started the first color again. So that's why we have pinks in 2 spots. So right now it's the 2 colors meshed really nicely. So we'll see how this goes with the other color. So this side of the cardigan, which you go this way. Yeah. So this side will be these 2 colors, and then the other side will be the other 2 colors. So that's the plan. Right now I was living in my lemon bag made by me. I do have another Christmas bag that the other 2 cakes are living in, but I needed something smaller for the plane. So that is that. Now that I've shown you, although I want to get the sweet pea top done before I really start working on that one. But it's a slow and steady one, right? It's only May. Oh no, it's June now. It's June, so we're getting closer. But my other making progress, this is a knit one, is my rainbow sweater. I switched it to here, to this basket, which this is the only thing that Priscilla has bothered. She likes to chew on it, which I'm not a fan of, but it's fine. It was a $5 basket from Aldi. I got a bigger one. You know, they came together, $10. Because I'm getting ready to add the next skein of the same color, so I'm gonna have to do alternative skeins. Yeah, we're getting there. This is my slow and steady make right now. It's just not festive. So this is the rainbow sweater. I'm doing rainbow bright colors. Very excited about this sweater. It's just taking me a while to get through it. Yes, it is. So, here is where I am so far. I'm learning a lot of new knitting techniques, such as picking up stitches. They're not perfect, but I really don't care. I am almost, I am going to lose, no I'm not. I was like, I'm going to lose stitches. No, I'm not. I'm almost to the end of the rainbow, and then I can just go on round and round and round. I'm so excited. So, let me show you the front. So the rainbow will be on this side. So I was here last. I think I have 15 rows left. I'm very excited. Once you get to a certain point, you start picking up like 2 or 3 stitches every row instead of just 1 row or 1 stitch per row. Getting close to the end of this. I have the next skein ready to go. I was hoping I'd get through the rainbow first, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to start finagling 2 skeins of yarn at once. That's going to be fun. Then, okay, this one. Yeah, this one. Then, in this bag, this is my other project that I took with me to St. Louis. I mostly had this in my bag with me in my backpack. So during breakout sessions, I was fidgeting with this. It is the Sockhead hat by Kelly McClure. Oh, the rainbow sweaters by Yelly Knits, just so you know. This is a Sockhead hat by Kelly McClure. The yarn that I am using, where do I have a band? I do. This is Up North Yarns. I forgot my glasses. I just realized. This is her 2-ply zebra fingering weight base. So it's, you'll see. Where's the ball? Here it is. The colorway I chose was zebra blue, and so you can see there's spots where it's barber poling with a black yarn. She had a purple one too, but for some reason I got this blue. This is still not the right shade of blue I was thinking of for Priscilla. Oh yeah, and it's in my Disney cat bag, because, you know, made by me. Alright, let me show you where I am. Here we are. So this is what I did during my conference in St. Louis. This is my beginning of the round stitch marker. I have stitch markers marking inches, so I have 1 inch, 2 inch, I need to go to 4 inches for the brim. And that's what it's looking like so far. Isn't that cute? I'm really looking forward to getting to the stockinette where you can really see the color on this. So my stitch stoppers are 2 kitties. I do have stitch stoppers for the other one. I just forget to put them on because yeah. So I did take I got some spare yarn because I was like, this looks so tiny. It'll fit me. It will be fine. I think I'm doing the medium size. So actually I can check. No. Is that right on here? Sorry, my nose is starting to run. I did not write down. It really doesn't matter. I think I'm doing large. Yeah. 152 sounds right. Anyway. So those are my makes in progress. The hat is small enough I can take it wherever I need to go. But obviously I want to start another pair of socks because, you know, I need to have socks going. So I was going through my list of socks. I have so many socks on my list to make. And so this pair that I'm going to do, this yarn has been in my stash the longest, I think. So it's time I use it. Right? Right. I bought this yarn at Llama Llama Ding Dong, which may be resurrected. Fingers crossed. Please, Lord. I saw a post yesterday. And they said, new chapter loading. And I'm like, what? And it's just pictures of a space, like a store. And I'm like, oh my goodness. They won't be a mile and a half from me. They'll be a little further. But I don't care. Anyway, so the yarn, or the bag that I chose, my Rapunzel bag, because I love Rapunzel. The yarn, longest in my stash. I bought it Llama Llama Ding Dong. They had a trunk show for this dyer. I don't even think she dyes anymore. Oh, we're gonna use that bed now. Good. Good. Lay down. Nice. This is From Me to Yarn. Is their label. This is on her Steady sock. And this is the colorway Crystal Opal. Doesn't that look like an opal? I think so. It's 75-25, Superwash Merino Nylon Blend. I just love this. And I had put this other mini skein with it. I might do contrast heels, toes, and cuffs. Part of me is like, no, I don't think so. But maybe. We'll see. I may just do toes and cuffs with this. This is Gems Luxe Fibers. I got this in part of, in my swag bag from YarnCon a couple of years ago. This is her Luxe Sock Mini 7525, and the colorway is a Southern Peach, which I thought that looks kind of cute together. So, the pattern that I'm going to do. I'm going to do a different pattern. There have been several that I've been wanting to try. I'm more into like the yarn overs instead of cables. This one I think it has more yarn overs than cables. We shall see. But it's the Lemon Drizzle Socks. It's by Debbie Ford. And so that is what I'm going to start working on. Her claw is stuck in the curtain. Just let go. Let go. Why are we chewing on the curtain now? Okay. With that, I'm gonna go rescue the curtain. Oh, we're good now. We're gonna go. I will talk to you all later. Hopefully, next time it won't be so chaotic. Ryan will keep them busy. I don't know. We shall see. We shall see how this goes. And with that, I'm gonna say goodbye. God bless. Bye. Editing Lori here. Eating my dinner. I totally forgot to mention, I had a special anniversary recently. I have been at Elam, my job, for 5 years now, eating dinner, which is just mind-boggling to me that I've been there that long. Sometimes it feels like it was just yesterday, sometimes it feels like forever. But with my bonus money, I bought a desk so I could have a nice office set up here at home when I'm working from home, which is I get to do tomorrow, which I'm very excited about. Just me and the cats all day. Not gonna leave the house. Very excited about it. But I wanted to show you my desk. So here it is. I have been watching Allie's June vlogs while I was eating my dinner. As you can see, it has a lovely light underneath the riser. So I set it for purple, obviously. I have some beautiful flowers, all that. When I'm not sitting here, all of that stuff is going in that basket down there. So the cats can't knock it off. The shawl that I have on the chair here is the Puppy Love shawl by Kalisha from Quirky Monday Craftcast. I named mine the Kitty Love shawl. It was in the colors of our other cats, Dixie and Daisy. I will link that down below as well. So yeah, there's my backpack, my purse. Everything's purple over here, right? Except for that shawl. So yeah, I just got it put all together a couple days ago, so I'm very excited to have a nice designated spot to work. So here is a close-up of it. Obviously the keyboard wrist rest will go here. Got a nice little container here, mouse pad, pretty purple flowers. Then back here are all my pins. Gotta keep them hidden from certain somebodies. Yeah. So I need to finish editing, and I will talk to you later. Lydia always looks like, really? Really? And there's a big yawn. Yeah, it's night time. Isn't it? Mm-hmm.